Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And welcome to this Monday. Today is a sunny but slightly chilly and very windy, almost spring day. We get a lot of wind around here and it is a howling and a blowing. But the sun is shining, there's barely a cloud in the sky, and it's making me think of the warmer days ahead. So how are you? I hope that today is a good day. It's a not too bad day for me. So I've got a few things planned for today, and we're going to start with a tag and then work our way into the color and chat. And I will be coloring from a requested book, but I'll leave you guessing what that will be. So we're going to start off with the 10 untouched books to start in 2021 tag. I don't believe that's the hashtag, but that seems to be the title that has been going around. So this tag was started by Camille Bell, and I was tagged by Michelle over at Kit and Caboodles. So the 10 books. This actually didn't take me very long to find them. I have colored in about half of my books now. Last year I went really strong with trying to work in to do at least one page in all my books. That is continuing on, but we're going strong. So the first book that I would like to start is called Joyous Blooms to Color, and it is by Ellery Fowler. Ellery Fowler has become one of my new favorite illustrators, and yet I have never colored one of her pictures. She only has 4 books, and I have them all. This is, I believe, her first book and her most popular one. And I just found out, well, I guess I couldn't have found out much earlier, but there is a year-long color-along, which I believe started this month, to color in this book. So I think it's called something like Ellery in Bloom 2021 or something like that. And yeah, so that is going to be interesting to see other people's pictures from this book, because I don't know if I've ever seen any finished pages from Ellery Fowler's books. Of course, I am new to her since last year, so I could have seen them and not recognized them. But yeah, I want to color something in here. One of the picture pages, a single page, not a double page spread. Something a little bit more to it than a mandala. I don't know. I'm not going to pick a page out. I will just pick one when I come to color in this book. So hopefully I can participate in the hashtag. The second book that I'd like to start is this one here. This is one of the adult French color by number books. And this refers to advertisements. Somebody told me exactly what affiche de pub means, but it doesn't have anything to do with pubs. It has to do with advertising. So this is a beautiful book, and I coveted this one so much. Took me a little while to find it when I was looking for it, but when I found it and I bought it, I was so excited for it to come. And when it came, I was just absolutely in love with the finished pages. But I've never started it. I've never worked in it. Can you believe that? So look at these. Aren't they just... this is advertising from the early part of the century mostly. Looks like we get into some 50s, 60s advertising here with the TV. But some of this is old. Yeah, like here. And here's a French advertisement for absinthe. So yeah, I definitely want to work in this because I can't believe I've waited this long to work in it. I'm not going to get any closer to the beginning because I don't want to know what my first page is going to be. I like it to be a surprise. And in this one, oh, here's another one for absinthe. So I will be doing the first page in this book because that's what I do. Let's take a look at the first page. Ooh, it's a big palette, but it looks like there's a lot of different colors in there. So that is book number 2. For the third book, this is one that I have received recently, but I have wanted for a long time. I got this one not too long ago. It may have been Christmas time. I think it was at the end of last year. But again, I have wanted this for a really long time. And when I started to order his books, I ordered his Brothers Grimm coloring book first because it was the oldest. And so I thought, well, if one of these books goes out of print, it will be that one because this book is quite popular. That's the Bunyip. I remember reading my son a children's book about that. So I just absolutely love mythological creatures. I've loved mythology ever since I was, well, I can remember in grade 6, no, it wasn't grade 6, it was grade 5, one of the boys in class did Greek mythology for his speech. And it was ever since then that I became interested in it. And I still am to this day. So yeah, I would really like to start a page in this book. There's so many good ones to choose from. I have no idea what I would color. So I think this one is 4, and then after that I will have lost count. So here's a book that unbelievably I have not started. It is the Light and Dark Fantasy Grayscale Edition by Jade Summer. Now, with all the changing around they did at Christmas time with their Chibi and Kawaii books, I'm not sure if this one was affected. It may have been split back into its original books, Light Fantasy and Dark Fantasy, or this edition may still be available. I'm not sure. But, again, this has a lot of... well, this is the Dark Fantasy section, so this has got a lot of fantastic beasts and evil demons and all that kind of stuff in it, which is what I like. I'll probably do a picture from the last half. This is the Light Fantasy, which is usually just your princesses and maidens and elves, and I'm sure there's a mermaid or two in here. But yeah, I've had this book for quite a while, and I have never actually colored in it. I've been so busy with the Chibi Girls that I have really not paid much attention to my other Jade Summer Grayscale books at all. The next one is Fairy Tales by Emily Lighthall Oberg. I have colored in her other book, Sagner, Ox Sagner. But I haven't colored in this one, Fairy Tales. So this is a gorgeous book, and I absolutely love her style. So it is not going to be hard. Well, the hardest part of coloring in this is going to be picking a picture. So this has a lot of imagery which probably relates more to European fairy tales than to what we're used to here in North America. But it's just gorgeous. I love her style. It's very unique. Took me a while to realize that I liked it. Her girls are a little different, but I grew attached to them after my first initial thoughts. But that's the way I am. I think you've realized that by these tags that I've been going through, is that I often am not taken by something and it has to grow on me. Now this next book represents a series of books. I love Angela Porter, but I seem to collect her books more than I actually work in them. So this book is representing several of her books that I haven't started yet. So I picked this one because I probably be most inclined to pick this one, but I may pick one of the others that I haven't colored in. So she does, I suppose some people would call it Zen-tangly, but it isn't really. There's a little bit of Zen-tangled designs in it, but her picture, like, this is a picture. What is this one called? Forest. I was getting a sea vibe from this one because to me this looks like the sun and the clouds, and then we have a beach scene with boats. That's what it looks like to me, but it can't be because it's forest. I bet you these are trees. But yeah, her doodles are pictures if you look at them closely. This one is definitely, I can definitely see the forest. We have the sun, a big tree up here, and its other branch goes out here. Then of course these are flowers in the forest, and we have a mushroom and more flowers in here. So yeah. So if you look at them closely, you will see a picture in them. This is oak leaves and acorns. Yeah, so I definitely want to color in one of her books. Most likely this one, but I'm saving my I may pick any one of her books. Now another series of books that I collect more than I actually color in them is mythographic. This one is Paradise by Fabiana Attanasio, and this is my favorite book in the series, and is probably my favorite Fabiana Attanasio book of all of them. So I want to color one of the pictures in here. Not sure which one it will be, but these aren't very complicated. I like this one. I'm one of those people who doesn't know what to do with the hidden pictures, but I think I'll just color them in with their surroundings. I can't even remember what I did on other pictures. You see, that one's not difficult at all. Since, I mean, if you don't know how to color crystals and you want to color those realistically, this could be a hard one, but I don't color crystals realistically. So I'm not too worried about coloring them my way. Yeah, I'll have a hard time picking a picture out of this one too. Yeah, a really nice book. She has a new one coming out soon, which I am thinking may possibly replace this one, because it is going to be, I forget the title of it, but it has something to do with flowers or gardens. And every single one of Fabiana's mythographic books has flowers in almost every single page. There are flowers. So that's her thing. Okay, the next book is one that I'd like to start in, and I know my viewers out there, you guys, would like to see me color in this one. I almost did, but I got chicken. My problem with starting this book is that since it basically tells a story, I want to start it at the beginning. And I also want to do this book in mixed media. So I don't really want to start at the title pages or the This Book Belongs To page, but this is the page I want to start on. Either this one, yeah, no, it's this one. I suppose I could start on this one, or I could do the This Book Belongs To page. This one would be easier. This one's got this tangled mess in here, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. But over here in the skies and the sky of this, I definitely want to get out paint. Maybe acrylic paint or watercolors. Let's do watercolors for the ground, and maybe I could do this with a coat of green and then go back in with pencil, and I mean a wash of green and go in with a pencil and stuff. I just have to get myself in the mindset to get all my messy supplies out, because I have an aversion to getting messy. Then the next book that I would like to start is this one. It's the only Hannah book I have that I haven't done a picture in, but I only got this a couple of months ago, so this may even have been in my January haul. But I'd like to get a picture done in it right away so that it doesn't languish on the shelf. This is my favorite book of hers. And I absolutely love the theme. And I can't wait until her new book comes out, which is next month or pretty soon anyways. Yeah, I think it's next month. What are my pre-orders for this month? Joanna's book, and I don't know, I can't remember what my other one is. It's not Kirby. But yeah, her next book is going to be called Tales from the Forest Kingdom, I think. So I'm really, really, really hoping it's going to be a fantasy book that takes place in the forest. That would just be amazing if it is. And finally, the 10th book that I want to start is one that I only got last month. And this is Aries Fairy Tales book, coloring book. And I want to start in it right away because I don't want it languishing on the shelf with no pictures colored in it. And this is such a simple coloring book compared to her others that it is not going to be difficult to pick a picture to do, and it won't take that long. Yeah, this is a gorgeous book. And I don't feel daunted by it at all. Yeah, so that makes all 10 of the books that that are untouched, and I would like to start them in this year, 2021. So I'm going to set those aside, and hopefully I can work in one each month as the year goes by, because there are 10 months left. Now, where is my book that I'm going to color out of? Here it is. I am going to have to get to work and do some flips, because I have got 2 piles of books over there that I need to flip. And then I can get them put away, and I can have my table back, and I won't have no space anymore, because I hardly have any. So this is the book that I'm going to color in because somebody asked me. I showed the flip of this recently, and this is from the Hachette Adult series of Color by Numbers. This one is actually Magic Circles, and the theme is baby animals. And the one I've chosen to do is this one here. Fortunately, it's one that goes this way, which may be a little awkward, but I don't think so. I think you've got a good view there. Now I've already gotten my markers out. I looked at the grid here. It's pretty simple, and I picked out a marker. So what I use for these books is Crayola Super Tips, Stettler double-ended ones, and if I can't find a color in those, then I use my Tombows. So I guess, here, let's put that out of the way. So the person who requested this wanted me to do it because she wants to know how to do these circles, just like a Corkle. This book is very much like a Corkle. The only difference, excuse me while I take a sip. The only difference is that they've given you a palette, and there's more than 8 numbers. Sorry, there's more than 5 numbers. This one has 8, and then there are white ones, which we don't color. So our first color is cream. Now I could not find a yellowish cream. The closest I could come to it in... Actually, I never even looked in my Tombows, and I'm pretty sure there is one. Oh, I'm gonna have to... I got stuff in my way. Let me look at my... Yeah, I think this one, I see it right there. I think that one will do. Okay, so let me check this on a piece of paper. Oh yeah, that's definitely more the color that they wanted than this one. But it isn't brain surgery. We don't have to get the exact same colors. You just have to get the right hue. So the first one is a very light color. They wanted it to be on the yellow side, so now I've got one that's on the yellow side. But if I'd had that slightly brown one, it wouldn't have mattered. So what we do, let's start looking for ones. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in so that you can see what I'm doing. But we find some ones here, and then I trace around the section, and I color in the whole section. So that was small. Well, let's look for the next set of ones. Okay, here they are. And fill that in. Now, Doesn't look like we're going to have any big ones. Okay, here's a big one. I'll show you how this works. So I'm going to follow along where the ones are so that I'm outlining my whole area. Okay, so that's a one. I'm going to come in here, and that's a one. Alright, up here, around there, over this one, down here. So we're really looking at the pieces of the circles as they intersect. We're not really looking at the whole circles. Okay, then it goes back in here. So yeah, this will give you a good idea because we're going on quite a chase here. Okay, down here. And I'm going slow here because I'm trying to see ahead of my hand. Okay, if this doesn't end here, I'm going to just go back up. Okay. Looks like I found the biggest spot where the ones are. Okay, looks like we're going to be closing in. And up here. And here. Okay, now you don't have to color every single little space. I am going to start coloring like this. The Tombos are really good for coloring in straight lines like this. The lighter the color, the less you're going to see the streaks. But when you're using a darker color, you will see the streaks if you color this way. But they'll all be uniform. They'll all be nice, tall lines that go in the same direction. You have to be careful and make sure you keep them in the same direction. But there you go. So there. Now, I take a look on the back, and we'll see that Tombos do not bleed through at all, and neither do the other pens that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to continue working on with one, and it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to concentrate on the color by number and talk at the same time, but we're going to give it our best shot. So I'm just going to put my book over here. I've given myself a note or two. I guess you can see it a bit, but that's okay. So anyways, one thing that I haven't even mentioned yet this month to anybody is that it is my 2nd year on ColorTube this month. My anniversary of color tubing. 2 years ago in March, so it's March 2019, I started color tubing. I didn't start YouTubing. I've been on YouTube a few more years than that, but I switched over to ColorTube from mixed media. Okay, so that feels really good. I am so happy to have found my place on YouTube because I tried to find a place. Now, were those 7s or 1s? Okay, those are 7s. So, yeah, trying to find my place in the other communities that I had tried to be a part of just didn't work for me. And, you know, I mean, I was okay with that. You know, I wanted to be part of the community, and I tried, but it's just, I find that ColorTube is very accepting and welcoming of new people. Other communities seem to be guarded against new people, wondering if there's a feeling that these new people are going to come in and take away from them. It's very noticeable. I'm not going to mention any communities or anything like that because I don't want drama. But yeah, that's just the way that I've found it. And so I'm very happy to be a part of YouTube, and I've been welcomed, and I truly hope that I have contributed to the community, and that the I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm getting a little emotional to tell you the truth. Just a minute. My eyes are going to start stinging. I got my glasses on. Yeah, just that my greatest desire is that I have contributed, and that people find what I do to be of some worth, whether that's just interest, finding a friend, because I am very open to friendships and getting to know people. It's something that's not a part of my real life. I don't have real life friends, really, so it's a special place for me here on YouTube. Ugh. Now I stuck my finger in my eye and I can't see. Oh dear. Yeah, so happy second anniversary to me. I am glad to be here, and I hope that I'm here for another 2 years and more. So I'm having a hard time finding any more ones, and my eyes are a little... Okay. Okay, I'm just going to have to be quiet for a minute while I look. I don't see any more, and it looks like it goes in this pattern here, so is there any up here? Oh, my head's not in the screen. No, there aren't any. Well, there's a little... Am I on screen? Yeah. Okay. There's a little bit here, but is there nothing down here? No, there doesn't seem to be. Okay, so I think that's all the ones that we got. We'll keep this handy. Okay, so number 2 is the yellow. So now I'm using a super tip, and I saw quite a few 2s. So we're going to do the same thing with the super tip. Go around the section that we're going to color, and then I go up and down in straight lines. This helps there be less streaking, and if there is, it's going to be uniform in straight lines. So I had an idea what this was going to be from the shape of the page, but these colors are not matching up with what I was thinking of. So, I guess we should talk about the collection if I'm going to do, I don't even know what I'm going to say. If I'm going to film my collection. I am just not good with words today. So, it has been I have had a lot of input from you all, and I really thank you and appreciate you giving me your thoughts and being honest. It has truly helped me make a decision. So as you know, in my polls, there was a resounding cry for yes, do it every year. And when I asked for your opinions on, I guess it was my last real coloring chat, I asked you guys to tell me why you want me to do it every year, or why you think it's best to do it every other year. Well, the people who wanted me to do it every year, again, were in the majority. So I have decided that I am going to do it this year, starting in April, because it'll be a year ago, April, that I did my last one. Now, I'll give you my further thoughts on that in a minute. But the people who told me why they thought I should do it every other year had very wise words to say. And I really have to say that I agreed with their reasoning as to why I should do it every other year. So, I'm going to do it in April, but then I will not do it again until in 2 years. After this one of my collection, it will be every 2 years going forward from then. So it'll be in 2023, starting in April, that I will do it again after this one. So, the reason I decided to do it this year, number one, because everybody wanted me to, and secondly, I thought about what did I give you last time I did my collection. Well, I showed you all my books and I showed you all my finished pages. Things have changed since then. First of all, I did my collection in an unorganized way. I took books off the shelves randomly. My books weren't sorted out in a good order, so you were getting hard books on part 1 and then hard books on day 4, and color by number. I think I kept all the color by no, I didn't. I'm pretty sure I spread them out. So you got color by numbers over a series of days combined with other things. Then there were just, everything was just all over the place. So I didn't give you an organized look. So that's another reason why I would like to do it. Plus, I also have some behind-the-scenes work to do with my collection that is going to require me to take them off the shelves. So I'm going to be taking them off the shelves this year anyway. And since I am going to do that, why not do it and give you a collection series at the same time, since they are going to come off the shelf. So that made sense to me. So what I'm going to do is, it will probably be a series that will take, that will be given, or, I can't even think of the words I want to use, that will run over a period of time, because I'll show you a part 1, and it'll be in order starting at one side of my shelves and going along them up and down the shelves in the order that I have them laid out, going from the beginning all the way to the bottom row of the end. So I have a lot of books. Last time it took 7 parts. This time I'm expecting it to take more than that. Just a minute while I find some more 2s. But it shouldn't be a whole lot more, like maybe 10 parts, I don't know. I can't really guess. It could be 15, who knows. But I'm thinking that it won't be overly longer. Yes, there's going to be more books, and there's definitely going to be more finished pages, but it's going to be organized, and that's going to help to keep it going smoothly. So I'll take the books off the shelves, I'll film a part for you, then I'll do my behind the scenes work that I need to do with my books, then I'll put them back on the shelf, and then I'll film a part 2. And then that process will repeat. So hopefully you'll get one part a week for a series of 7+ weeks. This time though, you're going to see a lot of new books because I have gotten a lot since then, and you're going to see a lot more colored pages because of last year, how I was going through my collection and coloring one page out of every book. Well, I started at the beginning and have been slowly working my way through them. So I have a lot more finished pages this time around than I did last time. So I think I will give you it will be a good series. There's a lot of new people who have come since I did it last time, and I think that they will enjoy seeing the collection in an organized manner, and I think the people that have been with me through the last one will find a lot of new material to see and will enjoy seeing my collection in an organized manner instead of just unorganized and out of order. So there. That is my decision. We're gonna do it this year, okay guys? We are going to do it this year, starting in April. So I've got to get my booty in order so that I am ready. And yeah, it's something that we can look forward to. And I'm hoping that I'll do one a week or more, depending on how long it takes me to do my, we'll call it behind the scenes work. So, health update. Things have gotten a little, well, I don't want to say worse or anything like that because that sounds drastic. But, yeah, my pain-free days are over right now. So, I enjoyed the ride while I had it. I knew it was going to end, but I tried to enjoy my days while it lasted. I am having quite a lot of pain in my usual areas, my hips, my thighs, my shoulders, because of my degenerative disc disease in my back, and the pain for that goes into my hips, and I have tendinosis in my shoulders. So anyways, last time I went to the pain clinic, they gave me a really large dose of cortisone in both my hips. And yeah, so that has taken the edge off of the pain. So at this point I'm able to get around the house. So I'm not back in my bed permanently. As long as I stay here at the desk, and we're going to get me a lazy chair put up in the corner here in this room so that I have somewhere to go on my bad days, and we'll still be able to work. Now, are those ones? Yes, they are. I found some ones we missed. Now, I don't know if this is appearing. Wait a minute here. I missed some lines. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but look here where we have the large space. Do you see the lines that are made here when you go up and down and up and down? That's what I'm doing with the streaking. I'm purposely making it go up and down in straight lines, and the whole page will be like that. So it will look good, or at least I like it. So I'm going to do this one that I missed. Other things that went on around here is that part of our siding blew off of the house one night when we had a gale, wind gales, is that the right way of saying it? High winds anyways. And yeah, I don't know how long ago the house was sided, because it was sided when we moved here, and we've lived here for my son was 5, he's 21, so 16 years now. Yeah, because we only have 4 years left on our mortgage. So pretty exciting times. Can't believe that we will have paid off our mortgage. That is just unreal. Not something that a lot of people get to say. But we moved here 16 years ago, and we knew it was going to be our forever house, so we just stuck through it. Of course, the house needs a lot of work done on it now, but once the mortgage is paid off, we will have money to go on other stuff for the house. So yeah, the siding blew off the house. Oh, and another thing that happened that I'm pretty sure I didn't tell you, but it's just unreal that how low some people will stoop. It was a few weeks back when we were having the snow, and we got up. It was a Thursday morning, and it had snowed quite a bit the night before, but it hadn't really stayed, but it had created ice. So what we do out here, I don't know if you do it where you live, but we put salt on the sidewalks and our driveways to melt the ice, to prevent people from falling. And so Mr. Niagara did that. He grabbed the bag of salt, which is, kept by the stairs, and he sprinkled some down, and then it was a Thursday, so we were off to the pain clinic. And when we came home, he told me to wait a minute, and he would go put some more salt down. And you won't believe it, but our salt bag was gone. Somebody stole our bag of salt. Can you believe that? I mean, come on. A bag of salt is like, I don't know. I don't buy it, but it's somewhere between $5 and $7, I'm sure. Not more than. And the nerve of some people to just go to your house, walk up to your door, and steal your bag of salt. Jeez. Couldn't believe that. Right, there's another one. And we don't have much of that kind of thing going on. Like, we've never had anything stolen out of our backyard. Well, you can't really get into our backyard. But, the only thing we had stolen was a few years ago when we had the Christmas presents that were delivered to the house were stolen off of the front step. But those of you who have been around will possibly remember that. Fortunately, the cops were there and watched the guys do it and picked them up and brought her presents back. So that's the only time we've ever had any issue with crime here. Oh, there's another one. I'm not finding any more 2s. Oh wait, there's one. I found a couple of 1s. So those are in the eyes. Ah! No, it can't be an insect because this is going to be filled in. Okay, now where's the 2? I'm getting pretty close to being finished the 2s here. So you see how easy this is? So I go number by number and try and find them all and keep my markers by the side, so if I find one I missed, I go back and do it. If you start with 1 and work your way up, then whenever you see a number lower than the one you're looking for, you know you missed it. Anyway, I don't think there's any more 2s. I'm not seeing them. Well, just let me concentrate here for a minute. I'm seeing lots of 3s. Oh, there's one. But I probably won't find any here because there weren't any over there. Okay, what this one is? There some over here? It's mostly working out symmetrical, so yeah, nothing there. Okay, so let's get 3. Okay, so since you guys have been so good at helping me make decisions and things when I ask you, I am going to ask for your input again. Oh, now I just found a 2. You believe that? You know how this month we are doing the Tabitha Barnett color along, and that is going well, and I hope you're all enjoying it, and I wish you all luck in the contest. If you don't know about the contest, then just go on over to the announcement that I gave. It's just a couple of videos away from this one. It's called Announcement blah blah blah. So if you go on over there and watch the video, it's not very long. I tell you all about the contest that Tabitha is giving a prize for. So I tell you all about the contest, how to enter, what the prize is going to be, and all that nice stuff. So, in January we did Jen Racine, and I was really happy with how that one went. There was a lot of people who discovered Jen that month, and I hope we gave the Jen Racine some happiness, and she saw all the love coming her way. I did tell her about the colorathon, so she knew why we were all there at the same time. But I have a list of other people that I'm going to do this year, because this is kind of like the theme that I'm doing, is my favorites, or some of my favorite authors that aren't as widely known as, say, your Hannah Carlsons and your Hannah Lynn and your Deborah Muller. You know, they're did I say authors? Well, I meant illustrators. Those are illustrators that I like, but yeah, everybody knows who they are. And I want to feature some illustrators that are wonderful and have quite a few books out, a number of books anyways, and just aren't as widely known as I think they should be. And I hope to introduce some of you to these people I know some people have already told me that they've just gotten their very first Tabitha Barnett book, so you're in for some fun, I'll tell you that. So what I wanted to do is, I have a list of some people that I'm going to do, but I would like your input. Do you know of an illustrator who fits the categories that I've mentioned, that you think deserves to dedicate a month to them? Looking for people who have a number of books, like say five or more. Their books have to be available on Amazon. And I guess that's about it. Those are the only things that I'm making sure the authors I choose fit into those couple of categories. And of course are ones that are not as widely known as our Hannah Lynn's and so on. So I hope you're all able to see what I'm doing here, that I just trace around the section that's got 3s in it. You just have to pay attention, and it's easy enough not to make a mistake. You do the same thing when you're doing quirkles, and to help you not mix up your numbers, what I did when I did the quirkles was I made myself a legend down here. You know, you pick out your 5 colors from light to dark, with 1 being light and 5 being the darkest. And so I would make a little legend and, you know, color in a circle 1, and then another circle with the next one 2. I'd label my colors on the bottom of the page so I knew what I was doing. Then I wouldn't get mixed up and I'd forget, well, what's 3? Well, I'd just look at my legend, and, you know, so you have your own. That's the only difference between the actual act of doing these. Now you see how I'm going up and down with my lines as I fill it in. Don't have to worry too much in this little spot. But that keeps everything even so that the lines are all running up and down. I like it. I think it's a nice finish. So yeah, give me your ideas on what you think. If you have any illustrators that you think that we could dedicate a month to, and you can give your suggestions down below or email me, and I'm always available on Facebook or Instagram. So, speaking of Facebook, I'll tell you what's going on over at the group for March. The Ivy and Inky people have been given a page that they are doing, or I should say we, because I'm doing it too, that we are doing as a buddy color together. It's one of the ones it's close to 30, because at the end of March, the people who are right on track will have 30 or more, or at least 30 pages done at the end of March. That's where we are in the color along. So every month they get a page that is in the section that we're working on. So our page is on 21 to 30, those pages. it's from those pages. I hope I'm making sense and not making it sound more complicated than it is. And they are also working on the Tabby, Nikki Colors Tabby Colorathon. Lots of pictures are going up on the group over there. So if you're coloring along with the Nikki Colors Tabby Color Along and want to join in with other people doing it, you can join my Facebook club. It's called, well, group, not club, but we're called the club. It's called Nikki's Adult Coloring Club, or Nikki and Niagara's Adult Coloring Club. Yes, long name. Nikki and Niagara's Adult Coloring Club. Yes, that's it. Sometimes I forget what it's called. This is getting a little tricky to find these threes now. And then the group challenge has been given out, and this month, this includes the whole group. It has been given a color palette to color a picture using that color palette. So that will be interesting to see. It also works for the Ivy and Inky people. They can do the palette as one of their pages, but they don't have to. You can use the palette on any picture in any book. But that's our group challenge. We always have a group challenge every month. So lots of things going on over there. Be happy to have you come and join. Now, see, people have been doing a what's in my bag. It's not exactly a tag, but a lot of people have been showing people the stuff that the pages that they plan on working on, like they've put the books in a bag or something like that. Well, I've been doing something like that every month for, well, I don't know, quite a long time. I started doing it pretty early on in my coloring career. But every month I pick out the books that I'm going to work from, and I put them on the top tray of my coloring cart, you know, the three-tiered cart. I put all the books that I'm going to work on on that shelf. Now, it doesn't mean that I can't go pick another book off the shelf and work in it instead, but this gives me a resource to take books from. Instead of having to look at all my shelves, I just have to look on this one shelf on my tray. And I put all the books that I have to work in to get my, you know, challenges and everything done. And then I put some just because books that I'd like to work on, and you know, a variety of things, stuff I'd like to get done and that. So I pick out way more than I'm actually going to work in. Whoops, I missed that. And then I'm actually going to work in, so that I don't have to color in all those books. I just have to color from those books. So yeah, it's basically the same thing as what these people have been doing, except I don't use a bag. I use the top shelf of my coloring trolley. Whoa, we got a big section of threes here. I have to kind of concentrate a little bit here. They're weaving in and out of the fours. So I don't know, I thought maybe I would do that, is let you guys know what I'm working, what's in my bag, so to speak. I don't know, I might do that. Might see that come up as a video. Okay, maybe this is what I thought it was. It's just not natural colors. Because I don't really know any bright orange animals anyways. Well, I suppose there's some ginger animals out there, like ginger cats and lions and stuff, but they aren't bright orange. So I'm thinking it's a bat head. What do you guys think? What do you see on the camera? But then it might be something like some little rodent thing that I don't know about, or that I'm just not thinking of. It will tell us in the back, I think. Look at the answers. Do they tell you? No. They don't tell you what they are if you don't know. Oh, is that a 2? Oh, there's a 2 right in the middle of the 3s. I went around it, but I didn't notice. So I'm just going to finish off here, and then I think that we will call this a day. It's over an hour. So anything that you see on my channel that you want me to use, or you want me to color in, just let me know. Let me know if you know some illustrators that could be done for my color alongs this year. If I don't know who they are, I'll go check them out and see what I think. But yeah, they just have to, their books have to be on Amazon, and they have to have at least 5 books out. And there's 2 more 2s. See, I always miss them. So don't put your pencils back, or your markers back, until you're done doing your picture. Any picture. Color by number, for sure. And there's 3 right there, and I think we are done the 3s. But, so, oh, there's more down here, but I will do those, and I will no, I'm not. You'll see this on Instagram, so you can follow me at Nikki in Niagara, at Nikki_in_Niagara on Instagram, and you will see my finished pages show up there during the month. You know what it looks like? Is a gremlin. Like Spike. Alright, so that's it for today, and take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye!